Hard Shark won 317.78.
Is high. Deuce is low. Call it right. And win the dough on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry. Thank you. Thank you. You're great. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us. Card Shark. A game of decisions where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. So let's get to the cards. Hello there, Janice. And ladies, if you will, start dealing out the cards. Janice will deal the red cards on the top for the champion, and the blue cards at the bottom will be played by the challenger. And now, let's meet today's Card Sharks. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jim. Good to see you again. This is our champion, Jack Campion. I like that. Our champion, Jack Campion, won over $4,000 yesterday. Good to see you back. You want to tell us a little more about yourself?
Well, Jim, I'm single, and I'm in law school. I'm working for a judge, and I plan to win this game.
Got some of the ladies, like that right away. Yes. And we'll welcome our challenger we're meeting for the first time. This is Pam Hillings. Hi, Pam. Welcome to Card Shark.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm single, too. I'm an administrative assistant in finance at Max Factor. I formerly taught high school, and I'm studying acting now. So.
Terrific. Busy lady. Both single, Pam. This is Jack. Jack, this is Pam. Good luck to both of you. And now let's take a look at the cards. Cards, we play with 52 cards, 2 decks of 52. And the cards on the top, the red cards, will be played by the champion, Jack. And the bottom cards, the blue cards, will be played by our challenger, Pam. Now, the object of the game is to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. But before you can call high-low on the cards, you have to first answer a high-low toss-up question. All of our toss-up questions are based on a poll of 100 people, so that'll test your ability to judge human nature. Thank you, R2-D2. We're ready to go. And the first question, we asked 100 married women. 100 married women. Jack, the question to you. We asked those 100 married women in a California studio audience, have you ever steamed open a letter addressed to your husband to see what was inside? How many said yes?
In a California studio audience.
Yes.
I don't think too many women are that nosy. I'll say, I think 15 of them said they did that.
All right. Women kind of like that. You're sticking up for them. Pam, do you think the actual number is higher or lower than 15? Higher. What do you say?
I've steamed open a lot of letters, and I'm single, so I don't know. I will, that is a tough question, and I will say lower.
You say lower.
Yeah.
All right, well, if it is lower, Pam, you get to the board first. If it is not lower, then Jack will get to play his cards first. And I'll find out as you do. The actual number of married women who said they've steamed open a letter addressed to their husband is 14. It's lower and just lower. Yeah. Pam, you get the first look at the cards. We'll show you your base card. You won the toss-up question, so you have the right to change this base card if you'd like. And your base card is a 7. You want to play that or you want to change it?
No, I will change that card.
See if we can improve it. Here's the next card off the top of your deck, and you must play this one. It is a queen. That's a pretty good card there. All right. Pam, is this next card higher or lower than that queen?
The next card is lower.
Lower than a queen. Now, remember, if it's another queen, you lose. It must be lower than a queen. And it is a 3. Yeah, very much lower. All right, Pam. Now, at this point, you can freeze and protect your position, or you can continue calling high-low all the way across the board. But if you make one missed call, you lose all of your cards back to your original base card, and Jack will get a shot at his cards. What's it going to be? You want to play this or freeze?
I agree with the audience. I'll go.
You're going to go.
Right. The next card is higher.
And you say higher than a 3. And it is a king. Wow. Low, high. Same options apply. You can freeze or you can continue, but now you've got a couple of cards to protect. What's it going to be?
Oh, boy. Yeah. I'm going with that king. The next card is lower.
Lower than a king. And it is an ace! Oh! You lose all three of those cards. And Jack gets a look at his cards and his base card, which he cannot change. You must play this, Jack. It is an ace! Yeah! Oh, boy. Yeah. Jack, call this one higher or lower?
It's got to be lower,
It's got to be lower. You'd only lose with another ace. It is a 7.
Right.
What's it going to be, Jack? You can freeze, you can continue. Make a decision.
Not a very good card, but it's still so early. I'm going to keep going. I'm going
You're
to
gonna
gamble.
keep going.
The next card is higher.
Higher than a 7, and we have an 8. Just higher. You're up the middle now. What's it going to be?
That's a horrible card. I'm going to freeze.
You're going to freeze it. We'll move the freeze bar over. That 8 becomes your new base card. Jack, we can't take those cards away from you now. You've got them. And Janice, if you will, fill in the spaces here as we go to the next high-low toss-up question. But before we do, I must tell you that the first player to get to the end of the board wins the game at $100. We play the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match gets a crack at the money cards and possibly more than $25,000. Here's the next high-low toss-up question. Pam. We asked 100 Playboy bunnies, is it important to you that the man you marry be wealthy? How many said yes?
Ooh, boy. I think lots of women like to plan to marry wealthy men.
Playboy bunnies.
Yeah, Playboy bunnies. I'm sure they would love that, and I will say that the number is 75.
75. So her judgment of human nature says that 75 of them would. Jack, higher or lower? Higher,
I
yes.
have a suspicion that a lot of Playboy bunnies really want to marry into wealth, so it's higher than 7.
You say higher. We'll find out. This might be an interesting answer here. The actual number of Playboy bunnies who said it is important that the man they marry be wealthy is 64. It is not higher, it's lower. Pam. You want to play this queen or do you want to change it?
No, I'll stay with the queen.
Then make your call.
And the next card is lower.
Lower than a queen, it is a 4. Good card this time. Pam, you got burned before. You're going to go.
I am going to go. And the next card is higher.
Higher than a 4. Remember, you'd lose with another 4. It is a 6. Oh. The odds get a little bit tougher. What's your call on this card?
I'm going to go with a 6. And the next card is higher.
Again, she's going to gamble. Higher than a 6. It is a 10. Gamble paid off. Pam, here's where we stand now. If you turn one card over, you'll win the game. But if you make a missed call on this card, you're back where you started, losing all of the cards. It's your decision. Are you going to try it or are you going to freeze? What's it going to be?
I'm going to go for it.
You're going to go for it?
Yeah.
Make the call.
Take a chance. This card is definitely lower.
Lower than a 10.
Yeah.
If this is lower than a 10, you have the first game of the match. If it is not, Jack is still in it, and you lose all of your cards. It is? No, it's a Jack. It's not lower. You've lost all 4 cards. Back to the base card. Jack, you get a chance to play off this 8. You cannot change it. Make your call.
It's 50-50. It's higher than that 8, please.
Higher than an 8, and we have a 7. It's not higher. Couldn't take advantage of it. We'll fill in the spaces and go to the next high-low question. Wow, the cards are bouncing around. Jack, back to you. We asked 100 married women in a California studio audience, have you ever gotten so mad that you made your husband spend the night on the couch?
Whoa.
How many said yes?
I bet a lot of them got that mad, but I don't know if they meant that. It made them stay on the couch. I think only about 12 of them. 12
of them.
Definitely 12.
A lot of them may have wanted to.
Right.
Pam, higher or lower than 12?
I say it's higher.
You say higher. Would you do that to your husband, Pam?
No, I wouldn't
Oh,
ever
of course
get mad.
not. Yes. The actual number of married women who said that they made their husband spend the night on the couch is 52. It is higher. Pam. Again, we're looking at the queen. You want to play it or change it?
No, I'm going to play it and say the next card is lower.
Lower than a queen. Here we go again with Pam. It is an 8 this time. You're going to freeze it or play this card? What's it going to be,
I'm
Pam?
going to go.
You're going to go. And it's what?
I'm going to go and say the next card is higher.
Higher than an 8, and we have
Come
another 8. It is not higher, and again, Pam is busted. Jack, back to you to play off your 8 with this card.
All right, let's go, Jim. That's higher. It's gotta be
Higher than an 8, and it is a Jack. That is higher. You want to freeze it, or you want to turn that last card over, Jack?
Jack looks good to me. That next card is lower.
This is it, lower than a Jack, and you have the first game of the match. It is a King. Oh, they're really bouncing around. Fill them in, and we'll get to the last question. And this is sudden death. Someone must win on this next turn of the cards, so getting control of that board is most important. Here we go. It goes to you, Pam. We asked 100 secretaries. Do you think you're competent to take over your boss's job? How many said yes?
Boy, I would think a lot of them would love to think that. But to do it is another thing.
How many,
Let's
Pam?
see. I would say 30.
She says 30. Jack, higher or lower?
No, it's lower.
Lower
than 30.
You say lower. The actual number of secretaries who said they're competent to take over their boss's job is 61. Not lower, higher. Pam, it is sudden death. Now listen carefully. Here's how we play sudden death. You have a queen. You can play it, or you're entitled to change it. You have to turn over all 4 cards correctly to win. One missed call, and Jack wins the game. However, you've got control. You can force him to play off this 8, which he cannot change. And he would have to turn over both of these cards, or the game is yours. The decision is yours, Pam. You want to play it yourself, or do you want to force Jack to play off that 8? What's it going to be?
I'm going to force Jack to
You're going to
play.
force Jack to play it. All right. Jack, you can't change this 8. You must make both of these calls correct. Call this card.
Higher.
Higher than an 8. If it's higher, you're still in the game. It is a 9. That's higher. One more card, Jack. Call it.
Well, the odds tell me to go lower. So I'm
Lower.
gonna say lower, please.
If this is lower than a 9, you've won the first game. If not, Pam has won it. And it is a queen. It's higher. Pam has won the game. Good strategy, Pam. It paid off for you. She's got $100. We're going to re-deal the cards and play the next game of the match right after this. Don't go away. And we're back. Game number 1 to the challenger, Pam. So, Jack, if you want to hang on to that championship, you need 2 in a row. And we've dealt out the cards for the second game. And the question goes to you, Jack. We asked 100 people at the farmer's market on a recent Wednesday morning, not Monday morning, Wednesday morning. Do you have a hangover? How many said yes?
Not on a
100, someone said.
Not on a Wednesday morning. Only 12 of them.
Only
had
12 of them. Pam, do you think it's higher or lower than 12?
I say lower.
You say lower than 12.
Yeah.
Sobriety reigns supreme. We'll find out. The actual number of people who said they had that Wednesday hangover is 16. Not lower, higher. Jack. First look at the cards, and here's your base card for this game. It is a 4. Do you want to play it or change it?
I like that card. I'll play it.
Then call this one.
That next card will be higher than 4.
Higher than a 4, and remember you'd lose with another 4. It is a 5, a little bit higher. Okay.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. Higher, please, on the
And
next card.
you called it higher than a 5. It is a queen, very much higher. Gets a little more difficult now, Jack. You've got 2 cards to protect.
I've got to
What's it
go.
gonna be?
It's lower than that queen.
You're going to go.
Gotta
Lower than a queen for his 3rd card. It is a deuce. Jack, that puts you in a great position now with that deuce. But remember, and I have to warn you, that if you're wrong, you lose them all. What are you going to do?
No doubt about it. I'm going higher.
You're saying higher. If this is higher than a 2, we have a tie. It is a 9. You've done it. 4 straight cards and tied it up. Great play. tiebreaker. Someone's going to get to it. Shot at over $25,000 right after this. We're tied, 1-1, each player with $100 in the game, and now we go to the tiebreaker, and as you can see from the board, there are just 4 cards up there. Here's the first question. It goes to you, Jack. We asked 100 girls on the UCLA campus, are you now on the birth control pill? How many said yes?
80 of them said yes.
80. 80. Pam, higher or lower? You say lower. All right. The actual number of college girls who said they are now on the pill is 22. It's much lower. All right. Pam, first look at your base card, and it is a 2. Great card to start with.
Good.
Make your call.
The next card is higher.
Higher than a 2, we have an 8. Yes! That's the way to have them come up. What's the call here, or are you going to freeze?
No, I'm going
I didn't think so.
The next card is lower.
Lower than an ace, it is a jack. And you need just one more card for the match and a shot at the money card. You're going to go.
I'm going.
Call it.
The next card is lower.
Lower than a jack. If this is lower than a jack, Pam wins the match. It is an ace. Wow. They are busting all over the place. Jack, a quick look at your card. You can't change it. It is a 9 to call this card.
Let's go. It has to be lower. Lower than that.
Lower than a 9, and it is a king. The way they are going around, nothing has to be. Fill in the spaces. Let's go to the next question. And Pam, it's to you. We asked 100 second-grade pupils at a Los Angeles school, do you know what your daddy does for a living?
Oh.
How many knew? Second grade.
Second grade. I will say that 35 knew.
You're an ex-teacher, Pam.
Yeah.
35.
35.
Jack, higher or lower?
I think 35 is pretty close. I think it's a little bit lower than 35.
You say lower than 35. The actual number of second-grade pupils who said they knew what their daddy does for a living is 12. Much lower. And you're the teacher, Pam. Jack, you want to play this 9 or do you want to change it?
Now, let's change that 9.
And here's the next card off your deck, and it is a 3. All right, Jack, make your call on this card.
Higher, please, on the next
Somebody
card.
said lower. Higher than a 3, and we have a 4. Just a little bit higher. Jack, as always, you can freeze or continue.
Let's keep going. Higher.
Higher than a 4, and it is a 6. The odds get a little bit tougher here. One card to turn over for the match, or you can lose them all.
It's too tempting. Let's go on.
It's too tempting.
Higher, please.
If this is higher, you remain the champion. It is an 8. That's higher. Yes. Jack, you did it. Congratulations. Pam, we thank you so much for joining us. Hope you had fun.
I did. Thanks so much.
$100 for winning the game with some nice party gifts. Thanks for being here, Pam. Jack, come on down here with me. Congratulations. Good win. We're going to get to the money cards and a crack at the big money, over $25,000 right after this. Okay, we're back. Jack, feeling ready?
I'm ready.
Hope the intuition's going to be working for you. You can make a lot of money here. Then let's open the board and take a look at the money cards. Okay, Jack. Here's Here's how we play the money cards. The $200 that you've won in the game is yours to keep. We're going to give you new money. This time you're going to bet that money. We'll give you $200 to start with, and you'll bet that money across the bottom line with those 3 cards. When you move up to the second line, we'll add another $200 of betting money. Now, the minimum bets are $50 until you get to that top card, that big bet, and there you must bet at least half your dollars. Now, it can really add up. Good luck, and we'll start you with $200. As always, you have the choice of 2 base cards. Let's see if we can get you off to a great start here. Here's the first base card, and it is an 8. Ooh.
No
Want to
way.
try the other? No way.
I'd like to change that, please.
All right, here's the next one, and you must play this one. Let's hope it's a good one. Jack, here's your base card. A 3.
I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
it.
a good card. All right.
Let's take it.
Jack, you have $200. You have a 3. How much do you want to bet on this next card?
Let's start off and go all $200. I think that next one is higher.
$200 higher than a 3, and as in the game, if it's another 3 you lose, it must be higher than a 3. For $200, it is a 4. Ooh. A little bit higher. You've got $400. You have a 4. What do you bet on this card?
Looks pretty good to me. $300 higher.
300 higher than a 4, and it is an 8.
All right.
Oh, yeah. $700. Great card. Make your bet here.
Go all the way. Lower. It's lower.
Lower than an ace for $700. It is a jack.
Right.
All right. $1,400. We're going to move this jack up to the next level and add another $200. You now have $1,600 and a jack. What's it going to be?
It looks pretty good, but I want to keep some money. I'll bet $900 that it's lower.
$900. Lower than a jack. You ever bet $900 before, Jack?
Never.
Lower than a jack. For $900, it is a 2. Yeah, much lower. Another $900 gives you $2,500 and a great card here.
Let's put all of it down, and it's going to be lower. Higher.
Higher. We're not holding you to that. Higher, you say, Jack.
Higher.
$2,500 on the turn of this card. Higher. It is a 5. $5,000, Jack. All right, now, what's your bet on this card?
Let's bet $3,000 that the next card is higher.
$3,000. Higher than a 5. Come on, card. It is a king. $8,000. You've got 8. We're going to the big bet. Now, Jack, you must bet at least half. You have to bet at least $4,000. You can bet more. What's your big bet?
I got to go with them. Let's put it all down, and I hope it's lower.
Everything. I hope it's lower too, Jack. Come on. $8,000 riding on this card with the big bet. For $8,000, come on, lower it is. Oh, no! Oh! Jack, come on down here. Oh, that's terrible. But, Jack, you've got another $200 for winning the match. $4,200 you won yesterday. You still have $4,400. We'll be right back. Oh, that's terrible. Only got one card for the Hershey. Oh, yeah. Jack, you are a gambler. $8,000 in the turn of a card, and you know if that card had turned over right for you, it would have been $16,000. Yeah, but you've got $4,200 from yesterday, another $200 today. You've got $4,400, and you'll meet a new challenger. The next time we play Card Sharks, I hope you'll join us for that, won't you? For now, bye-bye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This is Card Sharks, pilot number 2, VTR 317-78, take 1. Ace is high. Deuce is low. Call it right. And win the dough on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. Now let's get to the cards. Hello there, Janice, and nice to see you. Ladies, if you will, start loading in the cards. And we'll play the upper cards, the red cards, by the champion. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger. And as the ladies finish loading up, we'll meet today's Card Sharks. Hello there, Judith. Nice to see you again. This is Judith Garwood, our returning champion. Won over $4,000 yesterday.
yes.
Judith, tell us a little more about yourself.
Well, I'm single. I'm a stockbroker with a New York Stock Exchange firm, and I beat the sun up in the morning.
Yeah?
I do.
How come?
Well, because I have to be at work very early. I make that market
Well,
opening.
that's right, with the
Yeah.
time difference.
That's right.
How's the market doing?
Well, it's had a little bit of a rally.
Never mind.
After the show. I'll tell you.
Oh, I see. You're going to sell stuff. We're meeting our challenger for the first time. This is Mr. Johnny Smith. Hello, Johnny. Welcome.
Hello again.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Want to tell us a little about yourself, sir?
Well, I'm an unmarried father of 4, 1 boy, 1 girl, 2 St. Bernards.
2 St. Bernard. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Big ones, yeah. And I work as X-ray technician at Martin Luther King Hospital.
Good. Well, nice to have you here with us. Good luck in the match to both of you. Let's take a look at the cards. We play our game with 2 decks of 52 playing cards. The cards on top, the red cards, will be played by Judith, our champion, and the lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger, Johnny. The object of the game is to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Now, before you can call high-low on the cards, you have to first win a high-low toss-up question. All of our toss-up questions are based on a poll of 100 people, so you'll have a chance to test your ability to judge human nature. And the first question, which goes to you, Judith, we polled 100 married women. We asked those 100 married women in a California studio audience, if you discovered your husband had been unfaithful, would you divorce him or forgive him? How many said they would divorce him?
I don't think many would get a divorce over that. I'd say 27.
You say 27?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't add the third category, how many would kill him. So, Johnny, do you think the actual number is higher or lower than 27?
They discovered so much. I'm going to think it's lower.
You say it's lower. All right, let's find out. If it is lower, Johnny, you get first crack at the cards. If it is not lower, then Judith goes to the board first. The actual number of married women who said they would divorce their husband if he had been unfaithful is 23. It is lower. That's a surprise. Johnny, you get first crack at the cards. We'll take a look at your base card. You won that high-low toss-up, so you have the right to change this card if you'd like. And you have an 8.
Oh.
You want to play that or you want to change it?
No, lousy card. Let's change it, please.
All right, here's your next card off the top of your deck, and you must play this one. Let's see if it's a better one. It is a 4. That's a better card. Johnny, is this next card higher or lower than that 4?
Higher than the 4, please.
Say higher than the 4, and the audience agrees with you. Higher than a 4, it is a king. Very much higher. Yes, very. Johnny, at this point, you can freeze and protect your position, or you can continue calling high-low all the way across the board. But if you make one missed call on any of these cards, you lose all of the cards back to your original base card, and Judith would get a crack at her cards. What's it going to be? You're going to freeze or continue?
No, we'll play on and lower than the king.
You say lower than the king, and remember, if it's another king, you lose. It must be lower. It is a 4. Wow. Bouncing back and forth with a 4. Freeze or continue to play?
No, we'll play off. That's out there for another king. Higher than the 4, please.
Higher than a 4, and it is a 2. And you lose all 3 of these cards back to your base card. And Judith, you got to look at your base card. You cannot change it. It is a 7. You must play it.
Oh, boo.
Call this card.
Higher.
Say higher than a 7. It is a 10. That's higher. Judith, same options apply. You can freeze or you can continue.
No, I'll try one more lower.
Lower than a 10, and it is an 8. Just a little bit lower. You going to continue now, or are you going to freeze it?
Oh, I'm going to freeze now, Jim.
You'll freeze it. So we'll move the freeze bar over. The 8 becomes your new base card. We can't take that away from you. You need just 2 cards to win. Janice, if you will, fill in the spaces here, and we'll get to the next high-low toss-up question. Before we do that, I must tell you that the first player to get to the end of the board wins the game and $100, and we play the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match gets a crack at the money cards and possibly as much as $28,000, over $28,000. Johnny, we go to you with this question. We asked 100 senior citizens in Southern California, have you ever tried marijuana? How many said yes? Senior citizens.
Yeah, about 60 of them tried it. Yeah, about 60.
You say 60. A little acting job. All right. Judith, he says that 60 senior citizens have tried marijuana. You think it's higher or lower?
Oh, no, not even Southern California is that stoned. I'll go lower.
You'll say lower. The actual number of senior citizens who said they've tried marijuana is 16. Much lower. Yeah. All right. Judith, now you can change that 8 if you like. You didn't like
yes.
it before?
Yes, I'll change that 8.
Then here's your next base card, and it is a king. Good card to play with. Call this card.
I'll call it lower.
You say lower than a king. It is an 6. That's an interesting card. You can try to turn this last one over and win the game, or you can freeze it.
Jim, I'm going to freeze again.
You're going to freeze it?
I'm freezing, yes.
Moving it up, playing a little conservative, but that's all right. Johnny needs 4 cards. She needs just 1. She's got her own decision to make as we go to the next high-low toss-up. This time to you, Judith. We asked 100 college girls on the Berkeley campus, do you find yourself thinking about sex at least once a day? How many said yes?
It's got to be a lot.
See, I told you we were going to test human nature now.
Yeah, I think a lot of them do. I'll say 83.
83.
Yes.
Judith, I'm not going to ask you why you said 83. I'm going to go over to Johnny. She says that 83 find themselves thinking about sex at least once a day. Higher or lower?
Gee, that's so close.
That's so close.
Yeah, a little lower.
You say lower.
Just a little.
Okay. The actual number of college girls who said they think about sex at least once a day is 81. Just a little lower. Just what you said, John. Johnny, you can play this 4 now, or you can change it.
We'll play the 4 again. Higher, please.
Higher than a 4, we have another 4. Oh! Johnny, the cards aren't working your way. It's a big break for Judith. You must play off this 6. Judith, if you can call this card correctly, you have the first game of the match. What's your call?
I'll call it higher.
You say higher than a 6. For the win, it is a 3. It's not higher. Cards jumping around. Fill them in, Janice. We'll go to the next question. And this is the 4th and final question. It's sudden death. Someone has to win with this next play of the cards, so control of that board is most important. This question decides it. Johnny, to you. We asked 100 dentists, are you nervous when you go to another dentist to have your teeth fixed? How many said yes?
I think everyone's nervous. 70.
70. Higher or lower, Judith?
Oh, no, I don't think dentists are that nervous. Lower.
You say lower.
Lower.
Having sat in a dentist chair, I hope it's higher. Let's find out. Nothing against your call. All right, here we go. The actual number of dentists who said they're nervous when they go to another dentist is 68. It's lower, just by 2. Judith, you have control, and it is sudden death, and here's how we play it. We have a very interesting situation. Judith, you can change this base card if you'd like. You don't know what that next card is going to be. If you turn this 1 card over correctly, you win the game. However, you've got control. You can force Johnny to play off this 4. He cannot change it. He would have to turn over all 4 cards correctly, or the game is yours. It's your decision. Do you want to play it yourself, or do you want to force Johnny to play it?
I don't think he can do it. I'm passing.
Putting the pressure on Johnny. Johnny, you've got to turn them all over. You've got to start with this 4. 1 mistake, and the game belongs to Judith. Call this card.
Up high. Once more, up high.
Higher than a 4. It is a 5. You're still in the game.
Up high.
Higher than a 5. It is a 7. Getting a little tough. Higher again. 1 mistake. It belongs to Judith. This has to be higher to stay in it. It is a jack. One more card. Can he do it? Call it. Lower. Lower than a jack. The game is yours if it's lower. If not, the game belongs to Judith. It is a 3. 4 cards in a run. You've done it. Wow. $100 in the first game of the match. We play the best 2 out of 3. We'll be back with game number 2 right after this. Deal them out, Janet. And we are back and ready to start the second game of the match. And Johnny has the first game. Great run there, Johnny. Congratulations. Let's start the second with Judith. You need this. Here's the first high-low toss-up. The cards have been dealt. We asked 100 women in a California studio audience, are you wearing falsies now? How many said yes?
Oh,
you know what falsies are. Yeah.
I do know what they are, and I don't think many women wear them anymore. I would say that, I'd say 7 said yes.
7?
7.
Just 7. Johnny, higher or lower?
Lower than that. No one.
Lower than... No one wears that. Well, listen, you see our studio audiences, one never knows. The actual number of women who said that they are wearing falsies is 2. It's much lower. Women don't wear them. Okay. Johnny, you get the first look at your base card. As always, you're entitled to change it. It is a 3. Very good card. You going to play it?
Up on the 3. Up from the 3.
Higher than a 3, we have a queen. Wow. Bouncing left high. As always, you can freeze or you can continue.
Let's go. Down from the queen.
Lower than a queen. Remember, you lose with another queen. It is a 9. Ooh. Kind of up the middle now, John. What's it going to be?
Freeze.
You're going to freeze it right there. We'll move the base card over. Freeze bar, and that's the new base card, the 9. You've kept Judith away from her cards. That's always important. We'll go to the next high-low toss-up, this time to you, Johnny. We asked 100 college girls on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, if you could be born again, would you prefer to be a man? How many said yes? That's a tricky question.
17.
17.
Have that strong desire.
Judith, what do you know about human nature? Higher or lower than 17?
Okay, I'm not speaking for myself, but I would guess that more... I'm going to say higher.
You say higher.
I'll say higher.
That's an interesting answer from a lady.
Yeah.
Let's find out. The actual number of college girls who said they would prefer to be born again as a man is just 6. And it is not higher, it's lower. And I must say it's kind of nice that more people are happy to be themselves. That's great. Johnny, do you want to play this 9 or change it?
Change the 9, definitely.
Here's the next one. You've got to play this one. It is a 6. Johnny, make the call on this card.
It's a little bit higher. Not much, but a little bit higher.
Intuition is a little bit higher. Higher than a 6, it is a 4. Ooh, it is not higher. Judith gets her first look at her base card. She must play it. It is a 10. Call this card, Judith.
Call it lower.
Lower than a 10, we have a jack. It is not lower. Janice, if you'll fill in the spaces, we'll go to the next high-low toss-up question. Wow, the intuition's failing you there. Judith, we asked 100 married men in a California studio audience, have you yelled at your wife today? How many said yes?
Yelled at your wife today?
Yelled at your wife today.
Oh, no. I'm going to say 12 said yes.
You say 12. Johnny, higher or lower? Higher or lower?
Higher.
You say higher.
Higher.
The actual number of married men who said they yelled at their wife today is 49. It is higher. Johnny, we're back over here looking at that 6. Do you want to play it or change it?
We'll play the 6.
And call this one.
Higher than the 6.
Higher than a 6. It is a 2. And again, you busted on that. And again, Judith can play that 10 to call this card.
Lower than the 10.
Lower than a 10, it is a jack and busted again. And again, we get down to sudden death. Someone has to win on the next turn of the cards. You know, control is important. Question to you, John. We asked 100 girls on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, have you ever asked a man for a date? How many said yes?
Oh, yes. They're liberated now. 48.
48? 48. Judith, higher or lower?
In this age of the women's movement, I'm saying higher.
You say higher than 48. The actual number of girls who said they have asked a man for a date is 68, much higher. Judith, you've been looking at that 10 for a while. Do you still want to, or do you want to change it?
This is
sudden death. I beg your pardon, Judith.
Yeah.
Let me quickly reiterate. You, of course, would have to call all of these cards correctly in sudden death. However, you could force Johnny to play these 2 cards. What's it going to be? You going to play it or force him?
Oh, Johnny, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to have you. You're going to have to do it again.
Again, you're putting the pressure on John.
Yeah.
Johnny, you did it before. You've got a 6. You must call both of these correct. What's your call here?
Lightning striking twice. High.
Higher than a 6. One mistake in the game belongs to Judith.
Big one.
It is a 7. Just higher. One more card. Call it, John. Higher. If it's higher, you are the champion. It is an 8. You've done it twice in a row, Johnny. 4-1. Congratulations. Judith, thank you so much. Boy, he was just lucky again. You've got $4,200 in the past and some nice party gifts. Thank you for joining us. You're a fine champion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. Johnny, come on down here with me, if you will. And again, our congratulations. Let's get ready for the money cards. That'll be coming up right after this. John, again, congratulations on the win. You all set?
I'm all set.
You're ready.
Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. Let's open up the board. Take a look at the money cards. Johnny, come on up here. He wants to get to it, and this is how we do it. The $200 you won in the game is yours to keep. We're going to give you new money. This time you're going to bet that money. We'll start you on the bottom line with $200. Bet that as you will across that bottom line on those 3 cards. Now we'll add another $200 up at the next level, and you can bet that as you will. Minimum bets are $50 until you get to that top card, and then you must bet at least half your money with that big bet. Now it can really add up. Of course, we've dealt out all new cards there. Let's get you started. $200. Okay. You always have a choice of the 2 base cards. Here's your first one. Let's see if we can get a very low one or a very high one, John. It is a 7. You want to play that or change it?
No, let's get something better than that.
You want to change it. All right. Good luck with this one because you have to play this one. And it is a king. Yeah, okay. Good card. John, $200 and a king. What's your bet on higher or lower?
2 big ones lower.
Lower, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
$200. And remember, if it's another king, you lose. It has to be lower than a king. $200. It is a 5. You have $400 and a 5.
400. Higher.
Oh, you're a gambler.
Oh, yeah.
$400 higher than a 5. It is a queen. That's higher.
Okay.
Johnny, get a little more rarefied now. You've got $800 and a queen.
Green stuff. All of it lower. Let's get the green.
$800 lower, John. I'm with you. Fingers
Okay,
crossed. Lower than a queen. It's a 10. Yeah. $1,600. We're going to move the 10 up to the next level. We add another $200. John, you've got $1,800 and a 10. What's your bet?
Jim, we came to gamble. We're going to bet the whole thing.
Lower.
Lower.
The whole. That's $1,800.
No. That's $3,600 when we win this.
Oh, when we...
Come on.
Not to all right.
Get to it.
Lower than a 10. For the 3,600 come on card. It's a 3. Yeah. That's a good card. All right, my gambling friend, you've got $3,600. What?
7,200 all the way up.
Whole thing again.
Let's go.
Come on, card.
Big one.
Higher than a 3. It's an ace. Yeah.
Okay.
$7,200, John, and an ace. Now remember, there are other aces in that deck, Johnny. What's your bet?
All of it.
All of it.
Hey, what did
You ever bet that much money on the turn of one card?
the most I've ever bet was $3,000.
You are a gambler. $7,200
Down.
lower than an ace. Come on, card. It's a queen. Okay. John, $14,400. We move the queen up to the big bet. You could possibly go for the limit. Now listen carefully. John, you must bet at least half. You have to bet more money than you've ever bet in your life. You have to bet at least $7,200. You can bet more. You have $14,400 and a queen. What's your decision on that big bet?
A watch to put with it. We're going to bet it all that it's lower.
The whole thing. Everything. Trying to clear the board. Top dollar, nothing, or $28,800 lower. It's a yeah! Oh, yeah! My man, way to go! $28,800. You are a gambler. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay. John, what can I tell you? That's the limit. That is just great. You've got another $200 for the game. That means today, right here, $29,000. You're going to meet a new challenger the next time we play Card Shark. Join us, won't you? For now, bye-bye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.